Hello, Steve and Larson and friendos. Going in Raw is now 5 years old. I am the guy who named it 5 years ago. I was like, oh, it's a stupid joke. And then Stephen Larson took it and ran with it. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm basically the thing that built them, but they no longer talk about. I'm the Hulk Hogan of Going in Raw. I'm sorry I look so tired. It's like 1 a.m. I'm in a hotel room recording this. I have literally nothing on beside this t-shirt. But I just wanted to say thank you for making Going in Raw huge, bigger than I ever could have imagined it would be, because I imagined it would just be me annoying wrestling fans in the comments. But now it has become this huge thing, and I'm very proud of Stephen Larson. And I shall return occasionally at some point. Soon, perhaps. Who knows? They've done a really fucking good job, and I love them deeply.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
So this week marks the 5th anniversary of Going in Raw. September 22nd, 2014 was the date myself, Larson, and of course Dan Nerdcube sat down in front of our computers and recorded the very first episode of the show, a review of Night of Champions 2014. Hey everybody, Steve here, and welcome to the first episode of Going in Raw.
That's not how we generally do things.
Like usually it's Steve here and Larson. But...
And Dan.
See, yeah.
Now I'm just Poochie from The Simpsons. That's all I know.
The show, which we conceived when we met Dan as part of a Rage collaboration 10 for the Win video through Machinima, was born out of our first conversation with him, which was an hour and a half of us talking wrestling, followed by Steve saying,
this sounds like a podcast.
Which Dan would then say,
and we should call it Going in Raw.
And in true Going in Raw fashion, we didn't even upload it to YouTube.
Oh, no, I just did the other day, actually. And it's available free right now at our Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.
This isn't the time, man.
Oh.
I'll put it on YouTube tomorrow.
That's probably a good idea.
So since it's been 5 years, and who knows, we'll make it to 10, we figured we'd have a celebration of sorts by doing what we've been so well known for throughout our careers, counting stuff down.
Yeah, speaking of which, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video for a very special announcement regarding the future of this channel. But till then, here it is, the top 10 Going in Raw moments of the first 5 years.
Number 10.
Origin story! Let's face it, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our days at Machinima as the top 10 guys. Under their umbrella and on their dime, we were able to build an audience of millions of gaming and pop culture fans.
And every chance we got, we laced our episodes with pro wrestling jokes because, well, it was what we knew best.
But in 2015, 2 weeks after I brought home my newborn from the hospital and Larson's lovely wife was pregnant with their second one, we got what turned out to be the most fortuitous phone call in our careers, the one where we got laid off.
Yeah, it sucked at the time, and for a while we struggled with where we should take our careers. Long term, we weren't exactly enthused about being old men trying to appeal to gamers, and we did occasionally stumble upon, an inspired bit of comedy. For example, take our NBA 2K My Player, Robin Stevens. It's not exactly like we could build a career on a glitchy, deformed backup 2-guard with a surly attitude and a desire to lead the league in technical fouls and miss threes.
I still say we could have, but that's neither here nor there.
You bullshit.
Eventually, we decided to start a Patreon for our aimless YouTube endeavors, and that's when we discovered that the only way we'd be happy is if we did something that made us happy to come to work every day. So we decided to completely rebrand our channel, Going in Raw.
At that point, we had been sticking to a monthly schedule for Going in Raw, along with Dan, who had slowly been falling out of love with the Graps. So we asked our co-founder if he was cool with us doing it weekly. He graciously didn't give a shit what we did and wished us well.
While we're talking about Dan, go buy his new book, Fuck Yeah, Video Games. Available now, the link is in the description. Anyways, once we realized that friendos out there like the content weekly, we decided to take it daily, again with Dan's blessing, and Going in Raw officially became our full-time jobs.
I'm still convinced this is a simulation of some sort, and that the setting has glitched to job that couldn't possibly exist in real life. The signs are everywhere.
Where's the setting for topless people walking around? Men and women.
Number 9.
Road to Office! Since the earliest days of 10 for the Win and on through the first few years of Going in Raw, we worked out of our homes, which is totally fine. But at a certain point, sharing the same 10 by 20 feet space with the same person every day It's just too much.
Yeah, plus Steve's dog's a bit of a psychopath.
What? That's a rude thing to say. Gypsy loves you.
She always growls at me.
Sounded to dig it up with HR then. It sounds like an HR issue.
But I...
Yeah, so in early 2017, Going in Raw was pretty much on terra firma, so we decided to get an office space. It was a long road to office, as we didn't end up signing the lease until January of the next year, and even then it took like nearly 4 months for them to install our internet. And we had our very first live stream from office at WrestleMania 34. It looked like this.
No, another year.
Now keep in mind, our internet still hadn't been installed. We had to borrow our neighbor's weak Wi-Fi signal.
It was very nice of him to do that.
It was very
too,
nice,
yeah.
yes.
Anyways, now we have our own internet, so live stream botches, while still a regular feature here at Going in Raw, are usually our fault, not the internet's fault. And I just got a new office chair. See, go look at chair.
I'm just glad you're not burning fart holes in my office chair anymore.
I still plan on doing that too.
Number 8.
Learning about wrestling! Okay, so confession time. Back when we were doing 10 for the win, although we both enjoyed video games, we weren't exactly the video game connoisseurs you would think of, two guys putting together definitive top 10 lists.
The whole reason we started Going in Raw as a channel devoted full-time to wrestling is because we knew it really well. Or at least we thought we did. Sure, we could talk endlessly about the Attitude Era, Monday Night Wars, and the modern day, but what do we know about New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Libre, or the Young Bucks?
A whole lot of nothing, that's what we knew. One of the joys of Going in Raw is learning on the job, finding new wrestlers, new ways these stories could be told in the ring, and learning about the history of pro wrestling.
Yeah, discovering the joy of Triple Mania such that we held our very first Triple Mania co-stream this year, staying up through all hours of the night to watch Wrestle Kingdom every year.
It's Wrestle Kingdom 13, everybody!
And tuning into the indie scene so we can track wrestlers from their first awkward matches all the way to them jobbing out to 205 Live tag teams.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments in wrestling ever, was staying up to watch Wrestle Kingdom 11 a few years back, live tweeting with the friendos from the New Japan Rumble all the way to Okada Omega 1.
Yeah, that show opened up a whole new world of wrestling for us and piqued our interest in wrestling outside the WWE.
I've even started watching death matches.
What?
Those are awesome, man. So much blood.
Is that what that stack of light tube over there is for?
You're about to find out, man. You're going to find that one out eventually, that's for
I
sure.
think I brought my staple gun to work today.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, God. Told you there was something in there. This is going to be like The Crow all over again,
Wasn't earlier.
but with a staple.
Number 7.
Gaming shenanigans! So even though we were never huge, passionate gamers, that doesn't mean we didn't love our fair share of video games, especially wrestling video games.
WCW versus NWO World Tour is still our favorite N64 game ever, and still stands as the best wrestling game ever made. Don't at me. Either that or Virtual Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, but some of our favorite moments of the past 5 years has been our foray into the WWE 2K series with the Friendo Unified Championship Wrestling, W Steve W and Fun Wrestling, We Book Raw. Hell, even the debacle that was Bad and Rad Wrestling had its moments. Sure, our gaming stuff probably has the smallest fan base on our channel, but the people that watch it love it, and we enjoy doing it.
And there have been countless memorable moments over the years that popped us big time. Here's some of them.
Oh. You got funny. Where is he? What's going on? Oh my God, a dramatic re-entrance from N.W. Anderson. Look at that. Shannon says, you want some, Dana Brooke? Fine.
Rawgate may not be in the building, but his head.
What was that?
Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh,
my
be on the
God,
monitor.
I see a monitor right
No!
there. Oh! Oh my God! Oh, my shoulders are on there. They're on the monitor. 2, 3, he's really stretch.
Is he laughing?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Oh man!
No! Number 6.
In-jokes! Like most friends, we have our own in-jokes, from the weird to the obscure.
Who did that, Duker?
Your money, baby! See what I mean? You don't know what we're talking about. Those are our in-jokes. Naturally, we'd have some in-jokes develop over the years on Going in Raw, but we never thought they'd catch fire in the Friendoverse.
Or become so profitable. The classic, hey, you're not me, has got to be our best-selling shirt ever, yeah?
Yeah, it
Same
is.
goes for the Undertaker Down Like a Dog shirt.
Like a dog.
Hell, we sold like over 80 of the all-over print Slow Wolfpack shirts, and those look ridiculous.
Well, yeah, man, but come on. Why reduce the appeal of our in-jokes to mere dollars and cents? These jokes have brought laughter to hundreds.
Which is translated to money.
Number 5.
H title! So after doing the podcast thing full-time for a couple of years, we thought it was high time we had our own champion, someone who could travel the world, defend our belt with honor and dignity, to serve as a true ambassador for Going In Raw.
And as luck would have it, we already had a title, a custom belt courtesy of friendo penultimate Tommy Wiseau that was emblazoned with the visage of the game itself. Triple H, I'm talking about the H title. Who better to represent the prestige of such a belt than the King of Kings?
No one, that's who. But we needed a worthy champion to carry such a prize, so we had a match right here in Sacramento, which pitted two luminaries of the indie scene, Joey Ryan, my pick to win, and of course the librarian, Leva Bates, against Adam Mayhem. Yeah, that Adam Mayhem. The guy who always sent us Matt Chat questions that were way too long. Turns out he was a legit wrestler.
And wouldn't you know it, Adam Mayhem won. Now, the reign of Mayhem wasn't without some issues. My bank account will attest to that. But all told, I think Mayhem was a quality champ who carried the belt well.
What? Come on, man. Weren't you listening to anything I said earlier about who our champ should be? Mayhem embodied none of those things. Name one good thing Mayhem ever did with that title, Larson.
He did travel the world defending it. In fact, it's on the verge of becoming a legitimate world title, Steve.
Wrong answer, Larson. The best thing Adam Mayhem ever did with the H title was bring a gun to the ring. Honestly, when I saw that, I kind of regretted rooting against him. But then Simon Miller won, and now he's our champ, and everything is great. In fact, here's a message from the H champ himself. Or however he does it. I don't know how he does it.
Steve, Larson, my boys, my guys, my friendos, I just wanted to record you a little message saying, well, firstly, thanks very much for this. It's a privilege and it's a pleasure to be your H champion. Don't know I need to change the sticker. I'll get to it. And also, I'm going to defend this damn belt around the UK. I'm working on it right now. But that aside, I also wanted to say congratulations on getting to 5 years of Going In Raw. I mean, where does the time go? 5 years ago, I had hair and I wasn't even up in those downs. And there wasn't even a comment section for people to say, Miller, you ain't nothing but a bored asshole. But I love both of you. I know you're going to keep kicking ass. I know you're going to continue to smash it. And maybe when we get to another 5 years, which will be 10 years of Going In Raw, we can get together and have a glass of water. Because as people keep telling me, they assume that that is what I would do. It's weird. Comments on YouTube get really strange. Either way, you did it. You smashed it. You're going to keep smashing it because I believe in you. Smashing is the way to go.
Number 4.
Wrestler interviews! We've been fortunate enough over the years to have access to WWE wrestlers via our wonderful contacts over at 2K Games, who have been kind enough to bring us out whenever a new game launches to interview various superstars.
And we don't let the fact that we're horrible at it stop us from always accepting the challenge. We've been lucky enough to interview Sasha Banks not once, but twice. We've interviewed The Miz, Anne Maurice, Bob Roode, Breezango, and some other guys. And we even had Miles Strokes when interviewing Charlotte.
That was my own personal Vietnam, Larson. And I have to add, I was lucky enough to be sent to the WWE Performance Center, where I invaded Kyle O'Reilly's personal space so much during an interview, it became our community's most popular in-joke maybe ever. There's an entire genre of photographs featuring me putting my arm on the shoulders of legions of friendos. So I'm glad my social skills are so inept, our community rallies around them.
I did not get to go to the Performance Center.
I know, man, but it was great. Let me tell you what, all the superstars were so nice. Adam Cole and the entire Undisputed Era were literally the nicest people I've met. Carmella was so charming. Shayna Baszler was super down to earth. Shinsuke Nakamura was such a gentleman. Cassius Ohno, honestly, was maybe the best person I've ever talked to. And although I missed my chance to chat with them, Samoa Joe and Cesaro, they were both there. So were the Iconics. They all seemed really, really cool. Plus, dude, they put on our own private show with matches featuring Cassius Ohno, the Street Profits, that Stacey Irvin guy who then walked away from the business. He was there too. And then wait, where are you going?
Next time you stay home.
I mean, I feel a little bit guilty.
Number 3.
Internet wrestling community. While I was at the Performance Center, I had the chance to catch up with some of our favorite people, the WWE 2K YouTuber community. Sure, we don't get to see them nearly often enough, but the fact that once a year we get to chat up awesome people like Pulse, Tony Pizza Guy, and Luge is a real treat.
And that's just the 2K YouTubers. We've had the pleasure of meeting a slew of other wrestling YouTubers around the world, and guess what? They're all as great in person as they are on camera.
Yeah, we've collaborated with Brian Zane, Cultaholic, Wrestle Talk. We had James and Caljack co-host the show with us, and we also had the pleasure of meeting Solid Monster, Sean Ross Sapp, a bunch more. And we want to keep meeting them and putting my arm on their shoulder.
We even made an amazing first impression on Botchamania's Matthew, who looked on in shock and horror as Steve ran down his boyhood hero Bret Hart in front of hundreds at the Internet Darling Show.
Yeah, we've made up since then, though. We sent him a bouquet of pink and black roses and some booze, because we know how much British people love booze.
Not just British people, Steve.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's White Claw.
You want one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Anyways, while you guzzle down those White Claws, check out these videos. We reached out to those amazing other wrestling content creators to ask them to congratulate us for being as great as we are for doing this for 5 years and not going out of business.
Oh, so good.
I'm very jealous of you right now. I would really like one of those. Can I have one? I can't. Okay, just look at these.
Happy anniversary! Congratulations! Solomonster here, wishing a very happy anniversary to Steve and Larson. Steve and Larson, going in raw. Sounds sexual. But hey, we're all adults here, right? To each their own. 9 years. Do you believe that? 9 years of the podcast. That is incredible. You know, I was... 5 years. Okay. Well, hey. 5 years is fine. Nothing wrong with that. 5 years is still pretty good. Hey, listen. It's not 12 years like me and my show, but you guys are going to catch up. I believe in you. I believe in you, friendos. You're going to make it one day. All right? You guys keep at it. Congratulations again, Steve and Carson. Larson. Congrats.
Hey guys, Brian Zane here from Wrestling with Regret, your old buddy and pal, of course. Congratulations on 5 amazing years of Going in Raw, and here's to many more, you lucky so-and-sos.
Which one's your favourite?
Is it Steve, the one with the beard? I like him.
Yeah, he's good. Well, best of a bad bunch, isn't it?
Hello, Going in Raw. A little birdie told us that it is your 5-year YouTube anniversary.
From everybody here at Cultaholic to one of our favourite YouTube channels out there, we'd like to congratulate you for getting the 5 years. Here's to many, many more. And yeah.
Well done, friendos!
Steve and Larson, I want to congratulate you guys on 5 years of Going in Raw. And as a token of my appreciation, I have spent a great amount of money, time, and effort to procure you this Heihachi Tekken 7 Fig Pen that I definitely didn't get when I bought the game and forgot about until I opened up a drawer today. This is for you, buddies. This is for what you have done for the wrestling world. I appreciate you this much. Congratulations.
What is going on, my friendos, Steve and Larson? I just want to say congratulations. 5 years together on YouTube, 5-year anniversary. How'd you do it? How'd you put up with each other for 5 years? You guys are amazing. Anyways, just want to wish you happy 5 years and another 5 years and 5 years and 5 years and 5 time. To my friendos, take care. Your girl, Luge.
Hey Steve, hey Larson, Luke here from Wrestle Talk, wishing you a happy 5 years on the old YouTube, talking about this thing we call wrestling. 5 years, 5 long, beautiful years, and here's to 5 many more, and hopefully we can have both of you in the studio. We've already had Steve grace us with his company on this very, very sweaty set. Steve can tell you how sweaty this set can get, but wouldn't it be great if we could also get Larson on this set as well? Steve and Larson, Going in Raw, Wrestle Talk. I think it's about time we made this happen, boys. Anyway, congratulations on your 5 years. Here is to 5 more.
Wow, boys, I seriously cannot believe that the two of you have been just going in Raw week after week, day after day for 5 long years. That is wild. I'm sure it makes the two of you feel old as hell, but just know that it also makes me feel old as hell as well. I still recall the days back when we were all getting thoroughly dicked down by Machinima, and you guys were getting dicked down among the hardest. And when you two finally busted out and went for it on your own, I was very excited for you, but also a little bit scared for you because You know, when you're at a soul-sucking company that long, it's sort of like a wild animal escaping from the zoo. You might be two lions, kings of the jungle, but can you really survive out in the world after so many years in captivity? Well, you did it, and quite frankly, your success at it definitely played a part in Ricky and I's decision to try to make it on our own a few years later. So thank you for being such an inspiration. Happy 5-year anniversary, Steve and Larson. Try not to eat too much pussy, though, because that's how you get cancer.
Number 2.
Wrestling bucket list. Man, never in a million years did we ever think when we were starting up this show in the would-be dining room of my house that we'd get to do a quarter of the amazing things we've done. We talked about interviewing wrestlers a couple entries back, but the success of this podcast has afforded us the opportunity to cover all sorts of amazing things.
See, this is why I'm convinced this is all a simulation, man, because there's no way we should be able to make a living talking about pro wrestling. We're just mere pawns in some huge neural net ARG type thing. And sure, it may seem great that we could do all this amazing stuff, but are we really doing all of it if it's just the work of some programmer?
Oh, man,
think about it.
You just shut up with all that. Enjoy life for once. Look at me and tell me that I didn't shake hands with William Regal while sitting front row at an NXT house show, or that I've never been to the WWE Performance Center, or that we haven't been to the WWE archives, or that Wale never bought us a beer, or that we never got to experience a couple of PWG shows while it was still in Reseda. Those memories we have, they're in our head, man. You can't take that away from me. Those aren't the machinations of some computer whiz. They're real, Larson.
Prove it.
We've got a ticket stub for WrestleMania 33 around here, I think. Friendos! Without the Friendos, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be working at Target probably, me as cashier, and you as barista of a Starbucks inside the Target. Without the incredible support of each and every one of you, there's no way we would ever be able to get to do this, and the gratitude we have towards the Friendo community is immeasurable. It cannot be measured. It's
cannot
infinite.
be measured.
Yeah.
Not measured at all.
Yeah.
We've been fortunate enough to see not just one, but 2 huge online communities develop around this show of ours, Discord Club and the Friendoverse on Facebook, and are constantly thrilled to hear that they're genuinely positive spaces where friendos can go and chat wrestling or talk about basically anything.
But if you're not being cool, Mikey Omega, Cody Miles, or any of the other fantastic mods will give you the boot. The Friendo community truly does embody our mantra of just be cool.
Just be cool, man.
Speaking of cool, it's been incredibly cool that we got to experience so many things with the Friendos, from that amazing Triple Mania co-stream we had earlier this year to meeting many, many of them at StarCast, at shows, or sometimes when you're at grocery shopping.
Yeah.
So, or I'm at Target, they're like, hey, I know you. We never get tired of chatting up Friendos.
Hell yeah, man. Too sweet, me brother.
Wait, really? Really now?
No, you FPOS.
Oh, man, I'm a fat piece of shit, really?
No, you're a friendo piece of shit.
Oh, man, thanks. That's so nice.
So here's to you, friendos.
Where do you keep getting those from? You've had like 5 of them by now.
The fridge. I stocked up when I heard there was a shortage.
Man, looking back on these 5 years has really made me nostalgic, though, Larson.
Well, good news then, Steve. Nostalgia bug has hit us so hard that we're announcing today we're bringing back an old show of ours, 10 for the win!
Yeah, that's right.
Only this time it's going to be a wrestling theme. I'll cheers to that.
That's right, man. Starting October 5th, just right around the corner, 10 for the Win is back with a new 8-episode season to kick things off, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go from there.
Hell yeah, man. Too sweet me.
Really?
No, you fat piece of shit.
That was kind of rude.